My point is, receiving foreign fund doesn't make you a runner for foreign interests.
But
And if anyone take that position, then you have to judge the government. And on what ground should I actually believe that the government actually has a better track record of integrity? You see, we have very few NGOs leaders have been charged for corruption and so on. You have plenty of politicians who have been charged. Some are senior minister. So if you're really talking about that way, you say that if you are suggesting that merely receiving foreign funds make you vulnerable to foreign influence, then I would say we are in great danger because the government have been receiving a lot of foreign funds. My whole idea here, my whole contention here is that there should not be double standard, and no one should actually assume that the government would always be acting in the interest of the nation, while people outside the governments are not. And in fact, that if I may quote Thomas Paine said that it's a duty of a patriot to protect his country from his government. The question presumes that the charges on the so-called mainstream media is merely on the ground of funding. This is not true. I think what we need to look at, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Whether a media is actually acting like a media or acting to serve a certain particular sectarian partisan interest, you need to look at what they actually do. And I can give you a good example that being funded by a party not necessarily would act in the party's favor. The best example would be the Star in the 80s. It was said that it was owned by MCA, because it's financially owned by MCA. It's run by MIC because most of this is a joke. Most of the senior editors then were Indians, ethnics. They're ethnic Indians, and they say controlled by DAP because they were actually serving. They were very critical of the government, and so therefore it's actually serving the interests of DAP. So you could actually have a situation where with a bunch of independent-minded journalists, your financial source is not effectively compromising your integrity. But this is not the case. So I think if anyone want to accuse Malaysia Kini of control by foreigners, I think then the best thing is to find out in what way Malaysia Kini has fabricated news, has distorted information to serve foreign interests. The whole idea of being critical of the government, which a position which may be shared by foreign countries, doesn't make you a self.